Alright. Hello everyone. We're back in Evoland 2. We're back at the beginning of this section. And that was not good, but that's okay, because it seems to have stopped. So, the forest is, you know, basically a tutorial forest. Shows you the basics of combat. I mean, you were already shown a bit of it before, but it shows you a little bit more about the main kinds of enemies you'll be facing, because one of the slight issues with this game is that there's not a lot in the way of enemy variety. It's pretty much always slimes and a couple other things, but that is sensible considering, well, a lot of the other parts of the game that you'll find out later. Anyway, there's a bunch of slimes here, and now we run into the second enemy, a giant mushroom. That's not weird at all. I guess it's kind of... They kind of look like Octoroks. That's what I kind of thought they were at first from the Legend of Zelda classic series. Speaking of, I don't think I mentioned this before, but this style of looking is clearly influenced by old school things like Chrono Trigger and stuff. And once again, you can walk just through these trees. Whenever you see like this sort of patch of regular ground with grass around it, it usually means there's some way to walk through. And in here we have the second collectible star. We've already got 2 out of 30. That's 1/15. Soon there'll just be a little bit more to go. I'm basically just killing these enemies because levels are kind of useful. Also, it doesn't take that long. And money is, you know, it's money. What you gonna do? Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there's an achievement for cutting down a certain amount of grass, so that'll be interesting. Oh, hey, Fina, what are you doing here? Help! You're being swarmed by mushrooms. That's... And now I got the little level up animation right next to her. That's kind of funny. So as you can see, the 3 stats that we have are damage, armor, and health. So this is 2, 1, and 3. Not bad. And usually I can manage on my own just fine, but it just so happens that I hate mushrooms. Well, that's unfortunate for you, Fina. Still can't remember my name, can I? It said Kuro, which is a bit odd. How about I choose one for you? It would be temporary, of course, for as long as it takes for you to remember it all. Let's see, your name could be... Let's make it... Oni. That's what my name is. Well, it's what my pseudonym is, anyway. What a great name. Thanks, Fina. I'm glad you like it. What do you say? I hope you get deep into the forest to the spot where my father found you. Sure. It's a little power that could be of real use to you. Frankly, I intend to go there and find out why all these monsters appeared recently. Alright. Sure. Now we have Fina on our team. She's kind of cool, and she helps us out, as you will find out shortly. We couldn't go this way before because there was these vines blocking it, but now, for example, these thorny bushes here, you won't be able to cut them by yourself. That is true. But with my help and by focusing, you should be able to do it. Try focusing and I'll come help you. Focusing basically just means holding down the attack button. One of the main problems with this game is that it doesn't explain what it means very well. So, there's no, like, tutorials or things telling you how your abilities work, so it's kind of annoying. Basically, you just hold down the attack button until that little gauge below the XP and health counter fills up. See, good thing I was here. Still, that really tuckered me out. Once you've called on me, I'll need to rest for a bit before starting again. Yes. Feel free to ask just the same, because I'm glad to help you out. Thanks, Fina. You're alright. And this is a save point. Save point. The game will be saved when you enter or leave each zone, at each save point you activate, and at some key events. This is true. Hello again, slime. Goodbye again, slime. Now, you can also use this to attack these guys. And it does a pretty decent amount of damage. It can usually one-shot... It usually one-shots enemies that you had before, where that took you like 2 or 3 hits with your sword to kill. And as you can see, health is relatively plentiful in this section. Also, these guys are doing a bit more damage than I expected, but that is because I'm on a harder difficulty. And these guys are ninja squirrels. Well, they're not ninja squirrels, but they're squirrels that throw acorns at you. It's kind of silly. Luckily, they're not too difficult. You just kind of need to get around to the side of them. And now there's also these living rocks that just kind of roll around. They might take you off guard the first time you see them, but they're pretty easy to recognize once you see them once because they're rolling around at the speed of sound. No. I didn't even know that guy was there, but I killed him. And if you go through this path first, you get green goop. Now, this is another thing the game doesn't explain very well, but later on you'll meet someone who can turn these goops into potions for you. And the potions are... Actually, I never used them in my first playthrough, but I can see why they'd be useful. So now we're back up here. Hello, squirrel. Goodbye, squirrel. Hello, rock. Ow. Goodbye, rock. Hello, mushroom and squirrel. Goodbye, mushroom and squirrel. And we come across another one of these places that needs something else to get over these, like, glowing blue things, because we can't cross it yet. So keep that in mind for later. Anyway, these posts indicate something important. And what they indicate is that we've made it. As Fina just said. This is the spot where my dad found you. Careful. I see some demons in the clearing. What could they be doing here? Let's hide. They don't look friendly. Let's hide behind these trees, not very stealthily. Is that it? Says Plum. Who is this person with the blue hat, apparently? Are you sure that's really a Magilith? Professor Garrow's writings are unambiguous. If we activate this Magilith, or Magilith? I don't know. We'll be able to tap into great amounts of Magi energy. It's a Magilith, alright. I saw one just like it years ago, but that one was broken. We absolutely need the energy from this Magilith. According to Professor Garrow's records, the energy within the Forest Guardian would be enough to trigger it. The Guardian's been long dormant, so it must be in a weakened state. You should have no trouble whatsoever defeating it. Soon I will have my revenge on those wretched humans. Says question mark, question mark, question mark. Prepare to summon the Guardian, because you can do that, apparently. Oni, this is awful. If they wake the Forest Guardian, it might attack my village. We've got to do something. You think we should stop him? I mean, I could say no, but I'm pretty sure it would force me to anyway, and we probably should stop them before they kill everything. So, yeah, we should. It's risky. You might be better off warning someone. I don't think we can get all the way out of the forest and warn someone and then bring them back in time, as you just said. And now they're summoning it with triangles. The most terrifying of symbols. Oh, and that's the Guardian. Oh, look how happy it looks. Kind of. Watch out! It's more powerful than we anticipated. Let the thing wear itself out destroying the village. We'll return afterwards and finish it off. Well, geez. If we don't do anything, it'll attack my village. We have to try and stop it before it's too late. No! No, I'm just kidding. I knew I could count on you. I'll help out. Just don't be too rash, alright? Yeah, so the Forest Guardian is actually kind of difficult. Or at least it was initially. Because it shoots out things in a bunch of directions. And it does a lot of damage. So basically you want to try to avoid being directly in front of it when it does that slam thing, and you want to be to the side of each of the things that it creates. But luckily, I managed to defeat it without too much trouble this time. And as you can see, killing it has charged this Magilith thing, and given me another level, which is nice. Now I have 13, 12, and 35. Not bad. Also, getting a level fully heals you, which can be useful in certain situations. Well, this thing is glowing. I wonder if we should touch it. Magilith is shining. I've never seen it do that. How often have you come here? You know what? Whatever. Is that what those demons were talking about? Probably. Yeah, you should stick your hand there. That'll help. There's something written on here. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet. So, I think that's the generic text that comes up whenever you are like looking at typefaces and things. And it means, yep, it is. It's filler text. and it's a section of 1st century Latin text. Weird. Also weird that such placeholder text would seem to activate a glowing magilith. What the heck? And now we're in a weird void with electricity. What the fuck is happening? And now everything's even older retro. What? What the heck happened? I feel different? Less detailed? You are. Yeah. Now where are we? It's a bit like Spelbuk Forest, but there's something different about it. Yes. Could be your imagination, though. Either way, those demons put my village at risk. We've got to head there now and warn everyone. Think you can find the path again? Probably. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. And now there's a tree here where there wasn't before, and I can slap it until it dies. And there's still these slimes here. So yeah, I kind of spoiled some stuff there before, so I restarted a bit. So if things look slightly different, that would be why. Anyway, so as you can see, we are now in a strange place where the graphics are worse than they were. Well, not worse, more old school. If you remember before, in the very beginning, we had graphics that were even more old school than this, like the original Legend of Zelda style. So it's kind of interesting that that's one of the main things in this, is we're going to be changing graphical styles. And there's a reason for that, but it's going to be explained in a bit later. So, don't want to give it away just yet. And now we're walking back through the forest, which looks, I mean, in layout-wise, it's pretty similar to how it was before. Ow. Squirrels, why are you such dicks? They're also really big, which is kind of disconcerting. And now, this introduces us to one of the main puzzle gimmicks. Well, not main. It's one of the puzzle gimmicks that shows up more frequently than others, is pushing things. As it shows up in a lot of games, but especially old school ones like we currently appear to be. There's another save, and there's another rock. Ow! So that's a slightly annoying part about this game, is that occasionally you won't be facing the way you expect to be facing, and it can screw you over. So as you can see, before it took 2 hits to kill those guys, now it's just taking 1. So that's some of the benefits of leveling up, as you might expect. But as you can see, pretty much everything looks the same, except for the fact that we had to knock that log over. But mostly similar. Also, this is a little hint that this path still exists. So if you didn't notice it before, this would let you know that, oh, there's probably a way through here where that treasure chest is, in case you missed it before. And like I said, there will be ways to get back to places, so if you missed it before, no need to worry. This is our first slightly more difficult puzzle than the last one, but we can knock that down, push this over here so that we can go over here. Unfortunately, we can't get across, and you can't really explore this way, but it does get out of the way so that you can push this tree trunk up this way. And it breaks those rocks for some reason. Also fun, it can kill all these guys without you even needing to fire a shot. Now remember those vines from before? Well, you can get rid of these too with it. And that gives us the last block we need in order to go forward. There's one kind of strange thing about this game, which I might point out in a bit. Well, there's a few kind of strange things about this game, but there's one strange and somewhat annoying, in my opinion, thing. Hey! I'm talking, Rock! Don't interrupt me. At least these mushrooms have the courtesy to only interrupt me to die. Alright, so basically, we make it out of the forest, and we're back to the map, which is also old school now. But I think I'll show you the thing I was talking about earlier. So, as you can see, everything goes back to where it was. So, the annoying part about this is that once you get past this whole tree part, it's now reset. So once you cross this line, you can't go back to the previous part of the forest for a while. So that's just something to keep in mind. But anyway, we have now made it out of the forest and back into the world map, which looks a bit different. This was a bit bigger before, if you remember. Also, there's an island down there. So let's go into this clearing. The gate's gone. That's kind of weird. Also, there's no houses. There used to be a woodcutter's house over here, and now there isn't. And this pond that the guy was standing next to, the guy's not there. Also, another level up. Yay! So yeah, you can earn levels pretty quickly at the beginning. It takes a while to get more. So that was a pretty good defensive level up. Not so good offensively, but that's alright. And as you can see while we were walking down, there was a little chest up this way. So if we explore, you might be able to get it. So I recommend pretty much always picking up everything that drops, if you can. There are occasions where it might drop in a place that you just can't reach, but it does have a little bit of, like, magnetism to you, where it will kind of get sucked towards you. You saw that a bit earlier where a coin was just orbiting behind me. But anyway, let's see what's in this chest. It's a star! We're already at 4 out of 30. Not so bad. Now we're in... back to this place, and this was where the shop was, in that weird house that we couldn't do anything with. And as you can see, there's still a thing here that we'll need to come back for later. But nothing we can do about that yet. So let's continue exploring and seeing what the heck happened to this village. And killing slimes, because, you know, that's just what you do if you're adventuring. You kill slimes. Fina's very confused. Huh? Exclamation points! She's a bit panicked. My village! Where is it? My father! My friends! They're all gone! We need to keep our cool. There's gotta be a logical explanation. Dad always told me everything has a logical explanation. Your dad seems nice. I sure hope he was right about that. Yeah, it's possible he's not, in this case. It's like my village never existed. Wait, do you have any idea what could have happened? Well, I've played this game before, so yes, but I don't think this guy does. This must be connected to our fight with the Guardian. Probably. Maybe they took shelter in the mountains? I mean, it didn't even get to go anywhere near the village. I don't know why they would have, but sure. Let's go there now. I'm sure everyone's safe and sound in the mountains. You seem to be kind of neglecting to notice that there's a lot of houses that are just gone. Oh look, here's a person. Hello, random person. Oh, well, you know, we don't get many visitors around here. You're trying to escape the war, right? What war? Oh, and you must be running from something else. I mean, we were kind of running from a forest guardian, but we killed it. You've got nothing to fear here. We're far from all the mayhem. Anyway, that's why I decided to stick around. Huh? Weird, he reminds me of my father a bit. It's not from my village in any case. He has a similar hat, though. And he doesn't seem to know why it disappeared. Psst, Oni, don't pay too much attention to him. The war ended a long time ago. My guess is he's off his rocker a bit. I wouldn't put it past him, but it's a bit strange. Let's see if there's anything up here where that old house was. No, we can't get anywhere. So the blockade here is gone, so we can go out this way now. You'll notice that there's a pier over here. We can't do anything about that yet, but it will be important later. And, I mean, there's really only one way to go. Into this Grizzly Pass. How punny. As you can see, there are bears here. This is going to be interesting. Anyway, that's it for this part. I will see you back in the next one, where we take on Grizzly Pass, and hopefully avoid a Grizzly Fate. As you can see, the bears are kind of annoying in that they take 3 hits right now, and kind of lunge at you a bunch. Luckily, it's not too bad. And as you can see, it's saved when I entered the area, so I don't need to worry about quitting here. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.